It's that time once again. Time to let you know which Valley restaurants are keeping a clean kitchen and which ones have some explaining to do.
Here's Jason Berry with tonight's all-new Dirty Dining report.
Food not kept at the proper temperature, a worker not washing up. That's just a taste of the health code violations inspectors uncovered at Valley restaurants this week. The bakery inside the Safeway store on Fountain Hills Boulevard off Palisades Boulevard in Fountain Hills. 3 major health code violations. A worker handling bread with his bare hands, bread spray in a non-food grade bottle, a pan washer not working properly. Streets of New York at Ray Road and Kyrene and Chandler. 3 violations. A bag of raw sausage stored above Chipotle paste, a dishwasher not cleaning properly, marinara sauce not kept hot enough. The Stone Korean Tofu House on Main Street near Dobson and Mesa. 3 violations. Tofu and broccoli not kept cold enough. Kimchi kept past its discard date. Sanitizer not used correctly. Denny's at 32nd Street and Bell Road in Phoenix. 3 violations. An employee not washing his hands properly. Liquid eggs not kept at the proper temperature. Hash browns not cooling properly. And Neater's Bakery and Cafe at McDowell and Power Road in Mesa. It also had 3 major violations. Neater's Bakery and Cafe had a worker adjusting his pants, wiping his face, then spreading frosting on a sweet roll. 11 cartons of strawberries with white organic growth. And cheese not kept at the proper temperature. All of the restaurants are now on notice to clean up or could face legal action. Jason Berry for Arizona's Family.
Jason, thank you. And those were the restaurants on the violations list. Let's get to our Dean's List.
The Dean's List, of course, places with perfect health inspection scores. We begin with Costco at 79th Avenue in Bell in Glendale, Grimaldi's Pizzeria at 99th Avenue in Northern in Peoria, Jersey Mike's Subs at Daisy Mountain and Gallivan Peak in Anthem.
Doc and Eddie's at Baseline and Rural in Tempe, Wong's Chinese Dining at Buckeye and 12th Street in Phoenix, and Sonic Drive-In at Guadalupe and Gilbert in Gilbert.